communist China. There's a name for it. I think it's called a Dangan. I'm not sure I'm saying it properly. But that was their record, their way of tracking children all the way through education into their workforce. And now our current superintendent went to China to see their system and is supporting this Common Core standard. That's why I'm running for this office, because I'm vehemently opposed to this. I believe in a free America. I believe in America where the parents make the educational decisions for their children, and parents guide their children's, not only their upbringing, but their education. We must remove this from our schools. We must make sure that we return local control. I'm dissatisfied with how much control our legislature has over it. The closer it is to you, to your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, whatever they are, and your tax dollars, the better off we are. So with that, as I said, I'm Diane Douglas. I'm running for superintendent of public instruction. They'll never... If I don't say I have petitions out in the lobby and I'm running as a clean elections candidate, and if you have $5 you can spare, we desperately need them. And with that, I'll stand for any questions.
Okay, great. I will moderate this. Could we turn on the lights at this point? I will moderate, call on the person. If you could quickly state your question, we'll get a quick answer from Diane. Yes, in the back.
I'm just wondering if you are aware at this time the group that so-called made Common Core is now saying that they are going to change the SAT and the CAT to getting into college, that it is going to be tied to Common Core.
Are you aware that the group that created Common Core is now trying to change the SAT tests and so forth?
Yes, I am very aware of that. As a matter of fact, the gentleman who is considered the architect of the Common Core standards, his name is David Coleman, ran Achieve Inc. for many years. He is now the president of the College Board, and they're rewriting the SAT, the ACT. And the other problem that's going to come from this, because of Common Core, they're now saying that if a child goes to school and meets the Common Core standards, however low they may be, their base level standards, and we can't add to that base level, that colleges can no longer withhold college level credit. So where now we have students that come out of high school and may need remediation, and they don't get college level credit for that, many believe they will be given college level credit for courses that are not college level because they passed the Common Core standards.
Right, right. Dumbing down the whole system again. Yes, questions? Yes.
Not only are you, I love the fact that you're trying to get rid of Common Core, but because, you know, we are constitutionally based, it's supposed to be statewide. What are we going to replace it with?
What,
it doesn't sound dumb. I really want to know what
okay, her question is, we want to be constitutionally based, going back to the states, and what do you propose? If you get in and kill this, what do you propose we replace it with? Very good question.
Well, I think we have a whole myriad of options. Number one, our standards are truly home-written, homegrown Arizona state standards. Were far better than Common Core.
Yes.
They're certainly by a company that was paid a lot to approve Common Core and give it a high rating. Ours were equally as good. What I want to see is that we get back to content knowledge. Quite frankly, the teaching of math has not changed in eons, but how we teach math has changed, and we've changed it so we can buy new textbooks, retrain teachers, pay the money for professional development. When I have time, I can show you I call them cockamamie schemes they use to teach math. Instead of adding a column of numbers, they have kids do crazy things to hunt and peck and find an answer. I want us to go back to content knowledge. I want us, rather than have social studies, I want us to go back to a day where we have history, we have civics, we have geography. And instead of looking at a page that references our Constitution, both our federal Constitution and our state Constitution, the kids actually pick it up and read it and know what's in it.
Yes, very good. Very good, yes. Yes.
I saw on one of your flyers, the top thing that you had was restoring discipline back to the classrooms. Could you explain what you mean by that?
She saw on one of your flyers where you had at the top that you would restore proper discipline back into the schools. What do you mean by that?
And that's not something that I can take a wand and make happen, but that I would encourage. And I say this with the caveat that there is enough blame in education to go around for absolutely everybody. But what I saw when I was on the school board was that teachers would try to maintain discipline in their classroom. They would have a student that would be a problem student. They would try to send them up to the office so that the rest of the students could actually be allowed to participate in their education and learn, and the offending student would be sent back. Now, another problem with Common Core is Czar Arne Duncan at the federal level has worked with, and this is his words, not mine, his friend Eric Holder, and they are creating discipline standards for our schools now. And they will not be ones that will help the teacher maintain discipline in the classroom.
Okay,
Does that answer your
excellent.
question?
There's a question over here, Sean.
And I think we talked last time I was here too.
Yeah, it is by far better to educate our kids on the Arizona standards. Like you said, they are doing away with history. They are doing away with public studies. I've got kids that, I kid you not, 6th grade STEM, I've got kids that do not know the state capitals of the United States and they're getting ready to graduate. They do not know them.
You hear that, folks? This is coming from a teacher. These are teachers that are talking here now. So we've got all kinds of issues with this Common Core, and I saw a video the other day, which, by the way, you need to open my very last email, which talks about the biographies of Diane and Andrew. But right below that is a video about Common Core, and it goes through and shows you the actual words on the pages of, I think, reading and composition that is pushing, absolutely pushing social justice on almost every page they show. What do you think about that? Do you see a thread of all that?
We've been seeing it for a very long time. This one slide that I kind of jumped over, this is something new. The Council of Chief State School Officers, which are part of the copyright owners of Common Core, they have now set up a new group. They're called the Innovation Lab Network. About 6 or 8 states are involved with it. They are writing the state framework for college, career, and citizenship readiness. And they are calling them knowledge, skills, and dispositions. Well, what are dispositions? Dispositions are your attitudes and beliefs. So they want to set what the attitudes and beliefs will. And ladies and gentlemen, as you look through Common Core, you look through the Common Core documents, you look through the different things we have at the state level, rarely, if ever, do you see the word parents. They don't care what parents think. This is our education system. We pay for it. They're our children. They should be asking us what we expect, not telling us what we must accept from them.
Yes,
and I mean that with all due respect to the teachers. But we're hiring you to teach our children, not for you to tell us this is what we're going to do with them.
Yeah.